What's that mouth? It's your boy Lavis. LMA looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy, and you know how we do. It's Thursday. We just a fan.
OVR.
Y'all know what time it is. I'm just a fan. And I'm with a whole bunch of other ones too, man. It's your boy Unico Williams. Of course, I got my boy Montay, aka Man Ray. How you doing today, brother?
We in here chilling, representing for the Broker Good News TV again, ready to spit some hot fire and some questionable takes. Take it and leave it.
That's what's up. Toy, what's good?
You already know we talking wrestling today, so it's gonna be a wild one. We gonna say something crazy.
Look, and of course, you know, none of this will be put together unless we have my boys, man. Thank you for having us for OnlyFans. I'm pretty sure we're on a dope ass background, man. You feel guilty about it. But let's get into some wrestling stuff. We just got a couple of a few topics, if you will, to get into. First off, a legend calling another a legend. And not just calling them a legend, but a legend saying that they're the greatest of all time. When some people might look in your own, look at someone else and be like, "Yo, you are the legend. What are you talking about?" So that being said, it's been reported that Kurt Angle has said that Shawn Michaels is across the board the greatest wrestler of all time. I don't want to say that, but I can understand why he would say it. Personality, athletic, very athletic. And I mean, honestly, I think that's what it takes to be a great wrestler, is to do a whole lot. Let's see here. Zelman, you brought us in here. Let's get started with you, man. What you think about, is this blasphemous? Is there some truth to it? What do you think?
I'm gonna agree. I thought about this a long time because when I first sent it to y'all, I disagreed. But then I thought about it. Because he's the only person I could put in top 5, probably top 10, top 5 or 10 in every category. Mm-hmm. So when he said across the board, even as I was talking to him, I started thinking across the board. We ain't talking about elite at something so elite like The Rock with the crowd control and the speaking that made him the biggest actor in the world. And we ain't talking about Stone Cold, who had the greatest persona, or The Undertaker with the persona, where they so elite that even stuff that you might not put them in top 5 just overcomes and they become the biggest name. Shawn Michaels had a top 5, 10 persona. He had a top 5, 10 wrestler. He was a top 5. He had the personality. He had crowd control. If he wanted the crowd to do something, he could. Promo work, top 5. He top 5, 10. If you don't believe me, Tori know I love this, Joe. If you in there just a fan chat, look at the Canadian promo. True. Ain't nobody ever got more heat ever in life. Back when he was like, Canada sucks, and had that whole promo on it, and people throwing beers on him while he was doing the promo. It was insane. He cut some amazing promo.
Ever.
Yeah, that's
him walking around just somebody pouring, and he just shook his hair.
he used the Canadian flag as toilet paper, yo. I mean,
by the way,
next level.
Time to cause that, by the way.
You probably can never do that again because it might with social media that might commit that'd be an international incident.
Cancellation inbound.
I don't even know who's he be. Bret Hart in the Owen family, the Hart family. So and then you watch the stuff.
Rivalries. He had some of the best ones.
Yeah, and then you have the promos with Chris Jericho. Then both of those right that was it Unforgiven, Tor? Or was it No Mercy? The one Chris Jericho
the first I think it was like Unforgiven 2001, the first big him and Jericho's first big promo battle, because it was right after Jericho got there.
Yeah, so
it was
and their chemistry on that was amazing. You remember him for the first ladder match. It's so much like across the board.
I always give him that.
The Young Bucks always paying a tribute and mocking at the same time with everything that he did, the Click and I'm
the
sorry.
Super Click.
Yeah, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry he did to Ric Flair. The in-ring. The thing I love about Roman Reigns right now, the in-ring like dramatics when he carried down. When he didn't carry, he
his
kind of
facial expressions top notch.
Yeah, that's what Roman is so strong in right now. But you have like when he was with the Undertaker, he was like, "Bring it on," and you get hyped. When his career was over, and you get
That
sad.
might be the best feud of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah, like bro, most of my favorite feuds include Shawn Michaels. If it wasn't Vince McMahon, like I'm just saying, Shawn Michaels is like so feud building, storylines, in ring work. Because people think in ring, they just think in ring, but then in ring storytelling. Like he's up
The in-ring psychology is one of the most important things, and that is something Shawn Michaels was the best at. He knew how to evoke emotion in people.
So if you don't even consider him the best because you think Stone Cold in that character, because that character got so over that you could look at it. But Kurt Angle said some keyword before I let somebody else talk. He said across the board. Because it's stuff that I saw The Rock is not a top 10 wrestler.
Nope.
But he becomes like top 3 all time just because of his promo and crowd work. His crowd work.
Just because people could smell what The Rock was cooking.
Yeah, he was literally the most electrifying man in wrestling because when he got on the mic, everybody knew it was going to be special.
Change it.
Yeah, so if the show was born, he was going to change it. So, and then Stone Cold, would you consider him a top 10 ever wrestler? He was really good, by the way. He was really good, but out of every wrestler ever, you'll say he top 10?
Think that, man. Him and Bret Hart.
Oh yeah, that match is amazing, by the way. And then like Stone Cold, you get those moments too. So you get those kind of things. Shawn Michaels' ability to play whatever character too. The thing I praise Kurt Angle for being like number one for. Shawn Michaels can play whatever.
It made you question: is he really a heel?
You tell Shawn Michaels at 30-something years old to be an adolescent teenager. He did it very well with DX. I'm like, bro,
they did it tastefully though.
I'm pretty sure
he found out at that point.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he somehow has got a lot of kids suspended from school. But
he got me suspended from school.
You start telling your teacher this because you mad.
Fuck it.
You into the suspension. So the more I thought about it, I couldn't put somebody in every top 10. I'm gonna say top 10 because top 5 I have to waver a little bit, but he the only one I could put in every top 10. So when you say across the board like that, the way I'm saying he worded it, I'm gonna agree with Kurt Angle for that.
And Tor, you had a lot to say about you had a lot to say in there too. Let me go ahead and let you get your thoughts out, and then we're gonna go to my boy Man Ray.
I can't put Shawn Michaels as the best across the board just because the failures that he did have, he dropped the ball a few times that were like, he dropped the ball. And then a lot of it's me being an extra smart fan. Just, I take away points for the backstage bulls. The backstage bull is a big part of why I can't, but I see how people could definitely say, because there are certain categories where you, like you were saying, you can't not put Shawn Michaels in the top 10. When it comes to promos, when it comes to in-ring psychology, when it comes to just getting heat or playing the part that he's given. But at the same time, if you look at all the times where people were afraid Shawn Michaels would go into business for himself, or people were afraid that he wasn't gonna. How many times did Vince change matches because he didn't think that Shawn would drop the belt to this person? Or look back to the Hulk Hogan situation, the super selling, where just he turned that, which was a testament to why he is one of the best, because he turned that whole match into pure comedy. Just every time Hulk Hogan touched him, it was like he would be flung across the room by a hurricane. So
Vince was mad about that.
I understand why people would put him as the greatest of all time across the board. Me personally, I'm not going to do that because even though he is in every category, I think that, well, when you look at it, the wording has a lot to do with it. You can put him in every category, but there's also, I feel like there's somebody better than him in every category that you can put him in.
That's
So
true.
I can't put him as the best for me across the board because I can think of wrestlers that I feel like are better than him in a lot of things.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. When you talk about a lot of things, can you imagine Stone Cold jumping over and doing a flip over the top rope out of the ring? Can you think of him doing that? Can you think of Triple H ever doing anything like that?
No, but I've seen The Undertaker do it. So
he was a hybrid wrestler who would jump off the top rope. He would flip. And I mean,
he's the originator of the ladder match in America. So I mean, most definitely, like I said, I hate it because DX is forever my favorite faction of all time, and Shawn Michaels is DX to a lot of people. So, but I can't. Me personally, I can't say that he's the best to ever do it across the board. But I'm not gonna fault anybody for saying he is. But
yeah, my childhood was ruined when I got older because of NWO and did. Like when you learn them behind the scenes, you be like, Hulk Hogan's a racist? Shawn Michaels did all of it?
And Shawn Michaels is a sissy. Shawn lost his smile, so the whole goddamn promotion had to stop because you couldn't get your cocaine that day. Allegedly.
Oh, right. He did have a drug thing. I forgot about that.
By the way,
but he found Jesus at the end of the day, so it's all okay.
By the way,
so they say anyway.
Yeah, by the way, Shawn Michaels and Triple H almost stopped The Rock from becoming The Rock. So,
but
Bret Hart,
Bret
Hart.
In the same token, I feel like what we haven't mentioned is Shawn Michaels' contribution still to this day. I mean, he's one of the main producers behind NXT. Well, we don't know if he is now, but since NXT began, he was one of the main forces behind it. I mean, you hear every NXT star talk about how influential Shawn is, how much input he gives on the matches, how much he helps them. So I definitely want to give him his flowers. I want to give him all the credit. But like I said, just me personally, I can't put him as the best to ever do it across the board.
Who would you put as best across the board? Because I just want to know for everybody who to compare.
Me personally, who would I put as the best across? So
who you got?
The best to ever do it across at everything. I would, me personally, I would have to. That's such a hard question. My initial reaction is The Undertaker because I'm a fanboy. But The Undertaker's part of his character was that he didn't cut promos, so you literally damn near can't put him in the promo category. So once you put me on the spot and you ask the question, it's like Trevor said, it's kind of hard to put somebody above Shawn Michaels, but it's just me being stubborn. I can't put him up there, but if I had to say the best to ever do it of all time in all categories, and it might rub some people the wrong way. I feel like it was Triple H because Triple H has done so much that people don't talk about, like just the fact that, and he came from the bottom and played it all smart. He played all the politics right. Did he keep the belt a little too long once he got into power? Yeah, but me personally, I'd put Triple H up there because you can look at all of his promo when he became the game, and knowing that was all ad libs off the top of the dome. Jim Ross asked him that question, and his answer was, "I am the game," and that changed wrestling. Just that sentence, and people don't give it enough credit. So me personally, Triple H is the best wrestler of all time, in my opinion, across the board.
Yeah, before
promos in ring. In-ring psychology,
cerebral assassin,
changing and adapting his character, going from terrorizing in WCW to the Connecticut blue blood that was Hunter Hearst Helmsley into being the game and the King of Kings. I mean,
we 100% gonna give Triple H his flowers, man. Ray, let me get in here and where you at, brother? Where you at with? You go crazy? Is he crazy to say this, or is there something behind it? Like, where we at?
I was just gonna let them all get their points because I'm like, if he gonna make them mad, I know I'm finna piss the post off. I'm not even finna see. So First, when it comes to Triple H, definitively Triple H is the greatest heel of all time. Like I don't even think there's any question in
Yeah,
that. He is
okay.
the best heel of all time. Like if Triple H was a feud or something, you were gonna watch it. I don't care what it was about. I don't care who it was. If Triple H was in a heel feud with somebody, actually most of his career in WWE as far was always spent as a heel because he was just so
He
good at
felt
being.
up on a dead lady in a casket and got
Like
that over.
he was gonna be a heel, and most of the time Triple H had a heel feud with pretty much every major superstar, like just across
Yep.
the board. So like
And beat
he
him.
was so good at being a heel, he just was dang near permanent heel almost. He only went good a couple of times, but he was mostly just a heel. And so he's by far the best heel. Period. He's not the greatest of all time, but he's the best heel by far. Easily top 10, top 5, depending on where you want to rank him at. As far as Shawn Michaels goes, for the original question, I don't have him the best at all time. Like, and I love Shawn Michaels. Don't get me wrong; he is my favorite wrestler
He's
of
a
all time.
heartbreak kid. You can't not love him.
He's number 2. Like, I'm gonna be fair, he's number 2 of all time because by far, like to me, Shawn Michaels is the greatest in-ring performer. Period. Like, Shawn Michaels matches that he's been a part of are pretty much legendary. Like to me, Shawn Michaels has I'll say 2 of the top 3 matches in WWE history that I like the best. Like Shawn Michaels is in because to me, him and who I say is the number 1 person, who I agree with T-Rams, is the Undertaker originally.
There we go. I can
I
get
say the
behind
Undertaker is
that
number 1
always.
across the board because even though we say he didn't do promos, the few promos he did do are really, really good. Like, and then most people tend to forget his American Badass persona, which is where you got all the words out of him, where you got all the badass part out of him. You got all the personality out of him, riding a motorcycle around. He done did that part. And then, of course, the dead man persona, which carried him for the next 20 years almost, over his mostly 30-year run in WWE. Is
Now I
like
got a TV
legendary.
show on
Like
Netflix.
his crowd control was legendary because as soon as the lights went out, you ain't got to say nothing else to nobody. Like as soon as the lights go out, everything is done. You know, business is going to get handled. The first gong, dong comes out, everybody is losing their crowd because you know when Undertaker comes out, even he was a man of few words at that point. When he comes out, and then of course the legendary streak of WrestleMania. I'm ignoring his last 5 years, roughly, but like the legendary streak of WrestleMania never attempted again, something that was preserved, other than the unfortunate thing that happened between him and Brock Lesnar. We ain't gonna worry about that.
Yeah, Brock
and like his
shouldn't have broke the
persona,
streak.
his record, his time, his tenure, his matches. Because the reason I put him above Shawn Michaels because across the board, even though I say Shawn Michaels is the best in-ring performer, I give Undertaker his props as being in-ring performer because them two, their match at WrestleMania is I believe by
WrestleMania
far the best
27,
match
best match of all time.
in WWE history, like wrestling history. Their match at WrestleMania was so
Wrestling
good they
history,
repeated
not
it
just
another year. Like
WWE,
it
wrestling
is
history.
that good. Like their match was repeated back-to-back WrestleManias because it was just that good, and they put on
26
dang
and
matches.
27.
And so, like, I mean, Undertaker did stuff in that match he hadn't done in a while, like doing a full cartwheel flip over the top rope to Shawn Michaels outside. Like, Undertaker never really did that. And that was later Undertaker. That wasn't even early Undertaker doing that kind of stuff. So he was capable of doing that kind of stuff. And so he's the only person I put above Shawn Michaels. But Shawn Michaels is just the best in-ring performer. His personality in the ring, his moveset in the ring, the matches he's a part of are matches to where you really couldn't guess which way it was gonna go, unlike a lot of the matches at WWE now. Like his matches with Kurt Angle, you never know which way them gonna fly. The matches he's had with Triple H, like those matches are amazing. The matches with him and Triple H and Chris Benoit for that year are just amazing in and of itself.
That is my second favorite feud of all time.
Yeah, like that's
Triple H and Shawn Michaels on the DX comeback. Like 2005.
Him and Triple H are a part of so many feuds. He's a part of like probably the most famous stable, which is him and Degeneration X. He's been a part of the best feuds in the later
Shawn
ones.
Michaels, I love that feud still. That ladder match. Was it ladder match? TLC? That ladder match at TLC.
His first ladder match with Bret Hart was the
right,
first
and then
match
like, he's been with like every kind of match, whether it was TLC. Whether it was just like no disqualified, no holds barred, Hell in a Cell, Elimination Chamber. He's been most of all of it. He was in the glory years of WWE, I feel, which is WWF to WWE around like 1990 through 2010. Glory years, he was a part of all of them. Made his major comeback when they thought he wasn't gonna wrestle again. Came back in 2003, I think it was 2003. Just Like his record's been a part of every major stable. Magic every time he enters the ring, whether it's him and
Multiple
Triple
time
H,
Hall of
or him
Famer.
and John Cena, him and Chris Jericho, him and Edge. Like just go across the board. Like I don't think there's a better in-ring performer than Shawn Michaels, period. But just like the only thing that people edge him on will be like outside of the ring, whether it be persona, build up, promo, language, crowd control, and them are the things I give Undertaker above him. Because I don't think like even though you have like The Rock, Stone Cold, you know, they have better crowd performers. Like nothing changed. Nothing
Their
changed.
runs really weren't that long in the grand scheme of things.
Rock only
Just
wrestled for
once the
7
lights went
years.
out.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Like I only
He
put
was-
Undertaker above him when I'm talking about just overall. That's the only person I'll put above him. And then them two just had the best match in WWE history. So he'd be number 2. But he'd get edged out by number 1 for me. But he's still like he is the best performer, just like best in-ring performer, best in-ring like that's just it. So that'd be my take. He's number 2.
Only reason I
So-
didn't put the Undertaker as Tori said, the promo thing, because if
The
I go
promo-
all
that's
if
the
I
only
go
reason
all
I didn't
around
think
the
Yeah, but
number
board,
one.
the few
too.
promos he had, like whether you go with the promo he had with Randy Orton was good, the one he had where he got buried alive by his brother was good, the few he had
The one he did
as
with
freaking
AJ
American
Styles
Badass, he just didn't do as
before
many.
his retirement was good.
Just not as many. So like if that's gonna be the only thing I'm gonna lower him down for, and it's not even that bad because he hasn't done as many promos. But the one he has done, hey, I'm with it. I mean, even if you go by promo wise, the freaking build up between because this includes Shawn Michaels too. The build up between Shawn Michaels, John Cena, Batista, and Undertaker building up to that WrestleMania, that was amazing. Because the
And
many
don't forget,
matches they
the
had.
Undertaker finished the match after being set on fire, having
So
like
I'm
second
good.
degree
Like so,
burns.
you know, the promos he did, they sold me. I'm good, and so like that's the only person I'm gonna put above Shawn Michaels. Outside of that, Shawn Michaels would be the best just across the board. But that's the only man I'm putting for. He's number 2.
yeah. Before Joe go, I just want to shout out Kurt Angle because he's the second person I would like. He's almost in every top 10. Also, the only
Yeah.
other person. So Kurt Angle, you could put Kurt Angle in. Vince put a stupid wig on him, and he made it over. Remember that little strap with the wig on when he
Yeah.
first got
Like if I
bald-headed?
gotta think of straight technical wrestlers, it's probably gonna be Kurt Angle, or like submission wrestlers, it's probably be Kurt Angle.
Oh yeah, but he's an Olympic gold medalist.
He really wrestled. All right, Unica.
With
Yeah,
a
that was
broken
wrestler.
freaking neck.
So we, you know, and so while we into super duper popular people, these are definitely larger than life people that's a pretty good. I mean, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, that's pretty in between, but they wrestled together like in their prime in a sense. But now we talking about John Cena versus Roman Reigns, which I believe in a sense are 2 different eras of wrestling. And it appears Roman Reigns has overcome what it was for can't see me John Cena when it comes to selling merchandise and whatnot, which is a great achievement considering the time period that John Cena came up in, considering how that character was very accepted back then, and he got over when it was good.
And
then
the kids were going crazy with "Can't See Me" shirt. Never give up.
Never give up.
He got lucky.
Selling washcloths.
He got lucky. And for Roman Reigns to not exactly be the greatest, biggest personality of all time, for him to overtake, because I mean, I think that says a lot about the new generation in conjunction with the old generation. But Roman Reigns is overtaking John Cena in merch. That's a big deal. If I'm not mistaken, so are they saying John Cena outsold The Rock and Stone Cold and Undertaker now?
All right, but basically what I'm saying is that merch sales, John Cena, he had the washcloths, he had the shirts,
The hats.
yeah, the
trucker
hats,
hats.
all that stuff the kids love. They was enjoying it. They love that kind of stuff. And Roman Reigns overcame that. Unlike most people, they can't. Ultimately, The Rock didn't have that long a run. He didn't have as many different merch. He didn't like play the kids. But for Roman Reigns to beat that is actually amazing. But he
in
has
the
some dope
arena of
merch.
wrestling. That's crazy.
Yeah, and an era that as many people don't watch as much according to the
Anywhere
numbers.
near as many people.
Yeah, so to actually do that means the one person that WWE actually did right by would be after years of trying is Roman Reigns.
It's crazy when you just think about the numbers, because I feel like that is a big part of it, is that there aren't as many viewers as there were even 5-10 years ago, and there's still, for him to even come close to those numbers with that many fewer viewers is a real testament to, well, how much more frugal the wrestling fan of today is than back then. But I feel like we also got to throw in the caveat that merch is a lot more expensive now than it was 10 years ago. So I feel like that, while maybe not the deciding factor, I feel like that might have a lot to do with it. Just that inflation, I feel like it could be a part of those numbers being as big as they are, because it's crazy to think that with 4 million less viewers in the last 4, 5, 10 years, that he's selling just as much merch. For him to be selling that much in actual volume of merchandise, I don't see how that's statistically possible. So I feel like a price has to come in somewhere, but that's not to take anything away. That's craziness. I mean, that's one of the defining achievements of whether or not you'll be pushed in the WWE is merchandise. So
What do you say, Roman? We the ones.
yeah, and he's proven it. You see the crowd throwing them ones up.
Yeah, it's actually crazy. He's a heel, and the crowd, when he said "acknowledge me," the crowd yells and they all raise their hand up. I'm like, when did you learn crowd control?
It's Stone Cold, but in a different form, yo.
I'm like, when did you learn crowd control?
All over again.
But his character right now is on fire, so I want to give him credit for that. It took WWE 10 years to figure him out.
Thank you.
Yeah. Ain't no arguing with that.
It also took WCW never to figure out
Took
Stone
him getting
Cold.
canceled too.
We ain't gonna talk about WCW.
They had Stone Cold and they made him in some weird dude with blonde hair doing tasks.
I don't know, the Hollywood Blonde. What was it? The Hollywood Blondes, him and Brian Pillman.
Yeah, so it was kind of weird too, but they figured it out eventually. Unfortunately, they didn't figure it out fast enough for Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
I mean, I ain't surprised.
well, I think Stone Cold had to be the ringmaster first.
Yes.
Montay, what you think?
I mean, when it comes to him equaling the sales, inflation is one reason, but to me, the main reason is a couple of things. One, even in fairness to John Cena, WWE did not push Cena like they pushed Reigns. When I say Reigns, we all know, like, the first few years, they pushed Reigns over every major superstar to try to
He
get
beat
him
the
out
Undertaker
as a baby. I mean, they just tried to push this man over ridiculously. Cena had to work his way from being a nobody, like the late 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, to finally getting on top of the mountain and getting his first title. I want to say it was like 2003, 4.
Yeah, right around that Doctor of Thugonomics era.
And at that point, the internet was really, just not coming out of infancy. So he didn't have like the same kind of marketing that Roman Reigns has access to now. Like, the internet coming out of the infancy when he's just not getting his swagger. So when he's like, you can't see me merchandise finally coming out, and that's when the internet was finally able to, like, okay, you can go and get the merch now. And it's still nowhere near as good as now. So with Roman Reigns getting that big push off, even if his character wasn't accepted, he's still getting that notoriety. Like, you're still talking about Reigns, so you still get like that publicity combined with the increase in being able to, like, push out merchandise and the variety of merchandise. You got towels and a whole bunch of other kind of stuff you can get from him. Now that he done went over, it's just a lot easier to push out merchandise over the internet. Whether you're a fan or not, you might just like Roman Reigns. Or even the story of Roman Reigns behind it, him battling back from cancer and everything. It doesn't surprise me that he's beating that kind of merchandise, because he
it doesn't hurt to be related to the Rock.
Don't surprise me. I mean, the man had been Universal Champion twice. I'm like, somebody got to buy
400
the Universe Champion.
400
Like
plus
not,
days, man.
and that was early.
Hey, Fatu them, but then MLW, they
I
dominate.
mean,
Yeah.
when you
Well,
get two matches, you get two
look at
WrestleMania
Walter.
matches with Brock Lesnar and a match with The Rock. I'm like, look, bro, somebody gonna buy your stuff, bro. I was just gonna be real with it. And then combine that with the fact that when they was a part of the Shield, I'm betting the Shield will probably sell them a bunch of stuff, which might classify them too.
So for our next topic, it kind of got me wondering. I mean, women are making their impact in wrestling 100%. But so I'll be wrestling with my dog on here sometimes. But at any rate,
They know if they watch, they know his name and everything.
So we know that WWE has 100%. They handled the whole female game. I think WCW wrestlers for the longest time, wrestling women, wrestlettes, they were basically on the arms of people. But I think that WWE, they actually started giving women a lane. So I think that they kind of stand at the top when it comes to women wrestlers and the rankings there. And so I think it doesn't make much sense to really add them into this conversation. But outside of that, who is some of y'all best wrestlers? Who are the best up and coming female wrestlettes, if you will?
AEW has a strong top. So I'm gonna go first. They got Britt Baker. It's an overall package. She's the only one I think could right now compete with WWE right now. Well,
in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, in terms of star power. So it have her. They have a great wrestler in Thunder Rosa that they just bought away from NWA.
Yeah.
So they just bought her out, and they got a potential in Jade Cargill. She got potential, but we'll see how that goes. But I'll put them less. But if we talking about the one with the biggest name, would probably be Britt Baker. But if you go to Impact stacked in women.
I mean,
Deanna
Purrazzo,
boy. I ain't gonna lie, shout out to the old
good.
ladies in tag wrestling, boy. I used to love that women's division with Velvet Sky, like Angelina, or Gail Kim when she went over there. I used to love that women's
Gail's still
division.
over there, right? Or did she go to Wild?
Gail Kim's still over in Impact.
I used to love that women's division, man. Even more than WWE's after a couple of them left. I loved Impact's women's division. Like I loved it.
Yeah.
Now it's like, but that means that's because Impact had its downturn.
But it's still strong because they got Mickey James still. They got Gail Kim.
Like they women's division was.
They got Rosemary and they've got some.
They just signed Iconics.
Su Yin. They've got some female talent. I feel like the biggest name has to be Thunder Rosa right after Britt Baker though, because Thunder Rosa's just so good in the ring. Her promos are getting better. I mean, she comes from the graveyards of Tijuana, Mexico. You can't go wrong there. I mean,
it's a good way to sell it though.
Tessa
Blanchard Blanchard in ring might be the best female wrestler outside of the WWE. I feel like in ring, Tessa Blanchard is so good. I mean, outside of the crazy racist comments and anything else, if we're talking purely on in-ring work.
In-word ring work, what do you say?
Purely in wrestling skill.
Wrestling.
Tessa Blanchard is one of the best wrestlers outside the WWE. I mean, look, Tessa Blanchard was having intergender matches in 2019. I mean, unheard of. Women wrestling men. She's doing it, and it's believable. It's not crazy to see her hit a dude with a suplex, or for her to hit a smaller man with a power bomb, which says a lot. Because when's the last time you really saw that outside of like China back in the day? You know what I mean? So withholding all of her crazy out of the ring antics and her being nuclear, no one wanting to sign her, Tessa Blanchard might be the best woman in the ring wrestling wise, in my opinion.
She is. So that's why I had to put WoW up there too. They have some talent in WoW. AJ Mendez is back commentating. So if she come back to wrestle, I might even have to put them over AEW. But
yeah, AJ Lee coming on as a producer is a big thing. I feel like she's gonna accentuate the game over in
wow a lot.
We got Joanna Candice. It's some more people up there that I'm like, they have potential. So
Kiera Hogan's on the come up. They gotta give her props. She's making it on up there. And then of course, why can't I always want to give Emi Sakura for her being so old and being not like great Moolah Mae Young old, but Emi Sakura being a woman in her early to mid 40s and still wrestling the way she does, and never having a WWE run and still being a name. Gotta give her props on that.
Mercedes went back to Impact, right?
One more time.
Where Mercedes go? Impact?
Oh, yeah, she's on Impact. Mercedes Martinez went to Impact.
And then they got the Iconics. I might put Impact on.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. One of the best female tag teams, period, in my opinion. WWE so stupid for getting rid of the Iconics. Stupid for breaking them up, and then stupid for letting Billy Kay and Shawn Spears' wife leave.
But that's a whole nother mess when it comes to WWE wasting talent. We ain't gonna get into that.
But
that's a whole episode.
But yeah, but I want to also turn this into some mess though, to give a little more time on it, because I want to spend a little more time. We don't want to be like WWE, give each women's in the Queen of the Ring 1 minute.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
3-minute matches over here,
bro. They had 4 matches. They got told 6 minutes. I'm like, bro, did y'all not give none of these women time? Of course, they're not in the Big Four, so it is what it is. But Britt Baker left WWE to shine, because it's hard to shine over that Big Four. I'm sorry, it is.
If you're not Charlotte, Becky, or Sasha,
or Bailey,
Charlotte, Becky, Sasha.
Bailey.
Well, I don't count Bailey right now because she's been sidelined. Still going to be sidelined for another.
I mean, she'll be number 5, but Bailey. I don't think Bailey just didn't go over well.
But she kind of over now, though. But
she
Charlotte,
did.
Sasha, Becky, and
that's Bianca. By the way, Bianca has the talent to be the greatest women wrestler of all time, because nobody can do everything she do.
I feel like it's
bro,
somebody else.
Her in-ring talent, if she can get over that greenness, bro, ain't nobody can do everything she does. She can wrestle like a little woman.
I knew it was somebody else.
She can wrestle like a little woman, and she can wrestle as a big woman. Like if she get that greenness out of her, because she started late, bro. She was running track in college, so she's literally older than Sasha Banks. And Sasha Banks, she's 2 years older than Sasha Banks. And Sasha Banks was in wrestling like 8 years before she was.
Yeah.
But her potential.
I can see it. I'm just not.
Bro, I've seen her pick 2 women up and could throw them through a table. Like that.
But
and then she can do a backflip off the ring, like, and jump higher than everybody else. I'm like, your athleticism, if you can just get that greenness out, you would be completely amazing.
WWE and like the stronger, more buffer, bigger women, they don't know how to put them over well. They didn't try it twice.
Outside Charlotte, but that match she had with Charlotte was amazing.
Charlotte don't even count, but Charlotte can count.
If there were more bigger women, like that was closer in size, like how we had a whole bunch of Rock, Triple H's, Stone Cold, all of them was like size. I think in order for women that the bigger guy to get over, you need to have a pool of them, because just all the time it's just always the bigger gal just slamming around.
They can't be Nia Jax looking like a refrigerator with a cape on.
And they just mostly try to have them be like heel henchman type person, like go beat the person up for me, be part of this stable. That's all they really do.
Yep.
I give WWE props for pushing Shayna Baszler now, though. She should have been a monster. And now she is again.
Yeah. Something. But the question I was asking was, who do y'all think has to get off? Because you have I'm calling it the Big Four. You have the 2 people that they love. I'm gonna say Asuka and Alexa. Outside the Big Four, these the 2 we're gonna give championships to. Outside the Big Four, and then you have the 2 young ones. Well, not young, but you got Rhea Ripley and Bianca as the 2 younger in WWE.
Rhea Ripley's so wasted. It's not funny.
But they'll give her a championship. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody else, if you're in WWE, you probably not getting a championship.
In my opinion, Rhea Ripley takes that spot that you just gave Bianca Belair. I think Rhea Ripley could be the biggest female wrestler of all time.
She's
get rid of?
Rhea Ripley.
Oh,
See?
we talking about. I'm going over the grouping of WWE. They got the big four. Then they got Alexa and Asuka, which they will give championships to. And then they got
they can be transitional champions.
Yeah, and then they'll give you the greener people like Bianca and Rhea, who was kind of newer to WWE. Those the 8 that will win a championship. Everybody else is almost.
They basically not there.
Carmella sort of fits into that transitional.
But that was a long time ago. They wanted Naomi should be somewhere there.
Yeah. Well, she's about to have that match with Sonya Deville, so that could change.
Yeah. And then you got of course you got the NXT people. But who do y'all think probably would benefit from going to an AEW or Impact?
Out of them?
Nah, not them, because I think they're gonna be WWE Life because they the people that WWE gonna give.
Well, I'm about to say we going out of them. I got a name instantly that I think would rule.
That's the question.
So you got Liv Morgan, you got Carmella, you got Zelina Vega, you got.
I think Liv Morgan could definitely go to AEW and shine. Liv Morgan.
I think Carmella needs to go ahead and go. Like I don't think they're gonna give her
shine
back.
WWE if they push.
I feel like no matter where she goes, she would shine. I think Carmella, because I don't think they're gonna give her any. I don't think they're gonna give her any real backing for a title or anything at this point.
No, her time has passed.
So I think Carmella just needs to go ahead and go and just rule over Impact or go in AEW and cause all kinds.
I like that idea.
I do like Carmella Impact too.
That could work.
Impact.
Yeah.
But either that or just go back down to NXT and just stay there. I like them the choices because I don't want her just staying on the top 2 show of WWE and not get no back. Either go to NXT and go down there and cause havoc, or go to like Impact and rule, or go to AEW and cause havoc. Either one.
By the way, we are not calling these women saying they aren't as talented. These 8. We just talking about where WWE put these 8. These women probably not gonna jump in there. So I'm thinking Liv Morgan to AEW. I think she would have the same thing Britt Baker would, because Britt Baker needed to get away from those 4. Also,
I mean, look at Ruby Riott, man. I mean, Ruby Soho now in AEW. She'd have never got the chance to do any of that if she'd have stayed.
And Liv was way more over than Ruby, so I don't know what impact it would have been.
So Liv has to be the choice if we're talking about who could actually leave and blow up for real. Outside of Carmella to Impact, Liv Morgan could definitely. I could see her leaving WWE. She could be the first TBS champion. I think they're going to put that ugly TBS belt on Jade Cargill, though. If I had to take a guess,
I do have another name that hasn't been mentioned yet that I feel she needs to leave, but only because I don't think WWE knows at this point what to do with her character. I feel like Alexa Bliss needs to go.
Nope. She's gonna be a lifer because she's so easy. She's so over with the fans.
But that's
you can't get rid of that.
Her character, like she's over with the fans because of Bray Wyatt.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Like
that whole that. But now her character is all over the place, and to me, if they're not gonna do nothing with her character because she's so over, she's just gonna end up falling by the wayside. And before that would happen, I prefer to her to either just go to like her character. Like at this point, her character's all over the place because her main person she was with isn't there anymore. So it's either you do something with a character, you change your character back, which I don't think that's gonna go well.
Well, I think that's what they're doing, though. I think they're going to have her switch back. Because after that match with Charlotte talked about how she wanted to see the old Alexa Bliss, the Alexa Bliss that had championships, the Alexa Bliss that didn't talk.
I think that was the time to bring her back because they're like, oh, yeah. I got it. But Lily got over, dog. I don't know how she got Lily over because that crowd was, thank you, Lily.
They love that doll.
Like, you made her go crazy, bring up the random doll BS.
The crowd
just to have her go back. You could have just had her go back to normal after freaking Funhouse is over with. No, you just.
But Alexa in the same category as Sasha. If they leave, they going to Hollywood.
Oh yeah, I was going to say they're going to be a movie. If they leave, it'll be leaving wrestling.
If she leaves, I'm done with the women's division. Like Sasha Banks, oh my god, because she almost left one time before and they pissed off.
You saw Vince got her back.
Yeah, gave her time off. He was like, "Here, take a sabbatical."
Because they gave her because she was gonna leave because they wouldn't give her no backing or nothing. Then they gave her that backing and she got like 2 more title runs stuff. I'm like, if they let Sasha Banks go, I'm done with their women's division.
Oh, Vince ain't let. I don't think Vince let any of the big four go. Them the ones I
I
never
don't
even.
care about none of the
Charlotte,
big folks.
Becky,
If Sasha
they're-
Banks leaves, I'm done with WWE's women division.
Only
Bro.
way
That's just
she'll
no
leave
way.
if it's for Hollywood. The same way I think Roman
Yep,
Reigns
it has
would
to-
and Alexa Bliss.
Well,
I think they only
If
leave it
she
for
leaves
Hollywood.
in a bad way, how about that? She leaves on a very good way, fine. If she leaves in a bad way, I'm done with that women's division.
Oh, yeah.
Vince,
Straight up.
Vince,
Straight up.
Vince McMahon was in them John Gruden emails, so he ain't gonna let Sasha go.
No.
Yo, by
He
the,
was-
by the way, if you want to know who up there in merch sales, Sasha Banks can sell. Her fan base, she got a hive, dog.
Yeah.
She got a hive. They will attack you, Joe.
Yes.
That bank statement is real.
Yes. Like she's probably like the most over character they've had in the women's in a while.
But she's
Like just over
They
character.
know
Like
she's
character wise,
fake.
she's like the most over.
Becky two belts.
Oh yeah, Becky when she was her face was over. But
No, I'm
Sasha,
saying like over character. Like the man is also a good one, but
Yeah, I don't know how I'm feeling about big time Bex.
yo,
Big
Sasha
time Bex is
had that ability I always gave The Rock credit for. They can lose and you don't care.
Yep.
The Rock literally
Sasha
lost to a
was over.
hurricane. I bring this up all the time. I love it. The Rock said, Vince, I want the Hurricane to beat me because I think he could be a great Intercontinental Championship. Hurricane beats The Rock. Next week, Triple H Day. Hell no. Burn He beat that man in 3 seconds after he just beat The Rock. The Rock like, man, we can get people over. I think Sasha had that same ilk that if she lose, it don't matter. I feel like everybody else need to have a belt. But Sasha the only one that like, I don't have to have a belt. I'm over.
she's really over. She's over.
And that's rare in wrestling that you can lose and nobody cares. Like one time I saw Sasha lose 10 matches in a row and nobody cared. It was like
Alexa Bliss sort of has that same thing though. She's another one. She can lose and
yeah.
it ain't no big deal.
And that's rare in wrestling. So shout out to them. But yeah, I think Liz Morgan. I like his idea. I like Montay's idea. Carmella, if you put her with the Iconics, I think they could do amazing like segments for the way Impact is run.
That would be funny. They'd end up in the back alley casino though, doing some weird stuff. I can already see it.
That's what I'm saying. It'll probably be some weird, crazy. But Impact is fun for that stuff. Like doing production.
It is.
Impact is very
Impact
fun.
is good for when you want to suspend your disbelief for just a little bit.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. Impact had a whole murder mystery. Who done it? Who killed this man? And then he came back and wasn't even dead.
I don't even want to go with Impact storylines, but some of them have just been.
Joe, dude walked up and shot a dude in the wig.
He did shoot him.
Oh boy.
Last episode.
Oh boy.
It was left him in the middle of the ring.
I still never
But-
felt the next project.
In the same breath, Bray Wyatt got burned alive on Christmas Eve. Never forget that. Bray Wyatt got burned alive in a ring on Christmas Eve.
Oh yeah, the waste of Bray Wyatt. Oh god, I hadn't recovered
They
yet.
set that man's whole body on fire
I still,
That man was supposed to be the next
the
Undertaker.
day before Christmas and made us pay to watch it.
That man's supposed to be the next Undertaker, bro.
yo, Karen
The
Cross.
Undertaker even said it.
Yo, the Karen Cross literally hit people with cement blocks. Impact is on.
I can't talk about Karrion Kross because it still makes me mad. That's who should leave and go to AEW. Karrion Kross could leave and go to AEW. He could take he could literally take the title off anybody. I wouldn't be mad at Kenny. I wouldn't be mad at Kenny Omega dropping the belt to Karrion Kross.
Them Hangman page.
Like I would be like
them Hangman
Kenny
fans
dropping
gonna
the belt
get
to
you.
Hangman don't make sense anymore.
Hangman,
So,
them Hangman fans gonna get you to her.
I don't care, bro. He can't. If Tony Khan puts the belt on Hangman after all this time, he is one of the stupidest bookers ever.
I think we got the
Period.
thumbnail.
Dot.
Let's go. Got the
So-
thumbnail. We finna get a bunch of hate
Period.
comments,
Dot.
Joe. Yo, I need you to
Bruh,
respond to all the hate comments right now because I don't think because y'all two don't understand what he just said to AEW fans. It's
I don't care.
So Joe,
I don't care.
You gonna be
Tony
busy this week
Khan
responding
is
to all the hate.
stupid if he puts the belt on Hangman at this point. You have turned him into a job character to me.
I got my thumbnail.
I sound like Jim Cornette, but I don't care. Bro, the whole Dark Order, this nigga is driving around a lawnmower to go get ice cream. You're not going to tell me he's going to beat the best wrestler alive now. I'm not going for that.
We got my thumbnail. Let's go. All right, Joe, let's get the last one so we can get out of here.
So, I just want to just throw out there that Robert and I, who was on last week's episode about the release of Soar, and he was on our first wrestling episode. Shout out to my boy Robert. We We literally sat in a house full of people, turned on YouTube, and we watched the final deletion. And it was the most amazing thing that I ever seen. It was so
funny, bro. They let you just do
Yes.
Yeah, they let you get away with some stuff.
it was hilarious. It was the final deletion, and then what was the other one? It was he had two mini movies. It was one where they took the kid, and then it was where they had the match. Oh, what's his gardener's name? He played a great role in that too.
The butler.
The butler was this dude. What's
And
his
then what was the match where he had his wife playing the piano in the background?
See, that was the shit that I enjoyed. Like we really was sitting there watching this.
I was telling people that's not gonna work in AEW the way it worked in Impact, dog. It's just not gonna hit the same. Impact.
Tony Khan still says one of his biggest regrets was having Matt Hardy teleport in on his debut.
Bro, it don't make AEW is like a wrestling promotion. Impact is like you can just do whatever, and then people be like, "This is what this
Impact
is."
is just trying to go for like the over the top stuff to get
And WWE is kind of in the middle, except for they don't have time. They just be bored, and Vince be like,
they don't give a damn. They're like, you know what? Just throw a dart on the wall, and whatever it sticks to, we going with that.
And the only thing that work is Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns being in charge of their own thing. So
save a whole promotion.
And Vince like Roman basically said in the interview that he would quit if Vince keep trying to book him. So that's why you got the new Roman Reigns, by the way. If anybody didn't see the interview, you see
which that's something I miss about WWE wrestling now. They don't have managers. Those are things I miss.
Yo, if you watch something, go watch Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman put on a promo clinic last Friday. You don't have to watch nothing else from SmackDown because it don't matter. But they have this storyline where they don't know if Paul Heyman gonna betray Brock Lesnar, so they're doing this little weird thing. And
because they gotta see which route he gonna go. I saw that.
Yeah, so it's actually amazing, and everything that you can
see. It's 5-star promo.
Is that what y'all waiting for right now? Is that the big thing as far as storylines go?
Yeah,
Where does Paul Heyman's loyalty lie? Is he still the advocate of the beast, or is he the wise man to the tribal chief?
Like nobody,
what's going on?
Like nobody care about nothing else in WWE except for is Goldberg gonna actually kill Bobby Lashley?
Yes, I was about to say if Goldberg actually kills Bobby Lashley in Saudi Arabia, best match of the year.
But
he literally
can't be the best match of the year if it's only gonna last about 5 minutes.
It's the best. If Goldberg pulls out a sword in Saudi Arabia and stabs Bobby Lashley,
it's gonna be. I'm telling you now, it's gonna be pre-recorded.
Oh, don't say that.
All I need is Goldberg to say I killed that nigga.
That match is gonna be 5 minutes long. It's gonna include 2 spears, a jackhammer,
maybe
and a random Saudi Arabian sword, bro. That's it, bro.
Goldberg. Every promo Goldberg has done is I'm gonna kill you.
Every one he has mentioned killing Bobby Lashley in every promo. But if somebody put your son in the full Nelson on pay-per-view and made him pass out, you'd probably be talking about killing him too.
Man, I can't, bro.
You can't kill the Almighty, Tori. You can't kill the Almighty.
Bobby Lashley is the evolved form.
I'm gonna put you down.
And the Master Lock, bro. I can't do this right there.
Them promos are terrible, bro. Bobby Lashley,
I can't do it, bro.
I'm gonna kill you. Bobby Lashley, you can't kill the Almighty. I'm like, this is the whole promo 5 times. They just repeat the same thing over and over again.
I can't do it, bro.
It's bad.
You can't kill the Almighty.
It would be amazing.
I just need Goldberg to say nigga, and he's gonna say the whole thing.
I'll give it match of the year. If he calls him a nigga before it's over,
and can't nobody cancel him because it's the universe.
Yeah. In Saudi Arabia, he'll get a super pop over that.
No, he's at the mercy of the universe, and I think the universe is cool enough to let shit like that ride. They don't ride for women's rights and stuff like that. Not the WWE universe. They don't care about social issues. Like they're gonna let Goldberg get away with that because you let people walk around with a wave cap.
Yo, Tori, Arn has to go come out there. He
goes threaten to blow his brains out. He's like the difference between me and you. When somebody tells you to get out of your car, they're taking your car. You listen and do it. He said, when someone tells me to get out of my car, he said, I get out, I pull out my Glock, and I spill their brains on the pavement. I was like, whoa.
Yo,
Whoa.
Arn Anderson and Goldberg literally probably hang out and talk about
Oh, they have to. Goldberg might pull up with the Glock.
Saudi Arabia. The Brits gonna be getting that. Trying to hide. Goldberg should ruin U.S. relations with Saudi Arabia.
Goldberg comes in on the Humvee with the AK. It's done.
Oh,
Full Saudi Arabian government backing comes in with a camel and everything.
You literally cannot shoot a black man.
Arnold
Oh, it's
Schwarzenegger.
going to be the next Lashley match.
Yo,
Just wait.
Sylvester Stallone come with.
The Rocky statue.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is Sylvester Stallone right now putting a tank in Saudi Arabia.
Bro, Bobby Lashley has to die at Crown Jewel or it's going to be a letdown. That's the truth. All of Crown Jewel is a failure if Bobby Lashley comes out alive.
Goldberg just said it every week. He gonna kill him.
He has said it every week for the last 4 or 5 weeks. He has threatened to kill.
How much time do we got left? I have a question.
All right, we got a quick quiz. Let's go, Montay. What you get?
So I remember seeing this on my Facebook one time. So it's just a random question. I guess it'd be something to fill in the rest of the time. Oh, gentlemen, if you could give one, what's one what if beef or feud that never happened that you wish would happen?
Ooh.
Y'all can this one.
So many.
Because all mine happen.
In the WWE or in wrestling in general.
You can just do wrestling in general.
I think that if I'm talking right now, the match that we know is never going to happen, that everybody secretly wants to happen, is Kenny Omega versus Roman Reigns, without a doubt. That's the match that will never, ever happen because Kenny Omega's never going to WWE and Roman Reigns is never leaving WWE. So that match is never going to happen.
I'm going to match you, Tor. I'm going to match you Sasha Banks versus Britt Baker.
Oh.
Ugh.
Never going to happen, but would be so amazing.
It would be. That promo was going to go crazy.
He did the feeding. I was like, oh.
It would be epic. Another one that will probably never happen that never did happen that we all wanted to happen. I think it's the textbook one is Sting versus the Undertaker.
Oh my God, why that never happened,
bruh? They could have done that. They could have done that. And they chose Triple H instead, bruh. I'm so
Triple H. Triple H.
They chose Triple H instead, bro. I was so pissed.
And then they did it and chose Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins ended up goddamn crippling Sting.
Undertaker.
Yo, bro,
you get Sting for 2 matches, bro.
Yo,
and they do it on Triple H and freaking Seth Rollins. I'm like, bro, stop putting over Seth Rollins. Give me Taker.
Yo, Triple H. Triple H literally beat everybody in WCW the first day.
Dang, man.
Triple H was racist to Booker T, and then he didn't even know. Triple H was just bad.
One I wish would happen.
Still went under after all the racism. Still lost. Still ended up pinned by the white man.
Yo, Triple H literally buried all black people.
All of his opposition and every black person that
what John Moxley is to Japanese people, Triple H is
the one I wish I could see. They had to be in their prime because this can't happen no more. But it would have to be Shawn Michaels and AJ Styles.
Oh my God,
I would pay to see that match, bro. Cause two of the best in-ring performers.
We need to talk about AJ right now. We talking about AJ when he was on SmackDown. AJ
when he was AJ was like in prime on Impact.
Bro, I was about to say AJ and New Japan, bro. Versus Shawn Michaels 2005 could have been something crazy.
Man, I'd have paid to see a match.
Yeah, it had to be 2005 because if he wasn't Christian, Shawn Michaels, we don't know what we would get.
Yeah, that would be horrible. I ain't gonna lie. Some people, when they get religion, it's bad, and Shawn Michaels is one of them people. I'm not gonna lie. I need for Shawn Michaels. If you ever hear this, go do some cocaine.
Oh wow!
Get your smile back.
I can't say that.
I can.
All right, this is the part of this episode with Tori get canceled. Joe, what's your favorite? What's your favorite? What's your favorite dream match? That never happened.
Dream matches happen, but that was a good point. Was Sting and Undertaker? I believe there was two mysterious dudes that was at the height of their popularity.
They could
Bruh.
have.
They could have sold out Hot Topic. They could have sold out, bruh, Sting and Undertaker collab shirts. That would have been the stupid money.
Yo, Joe, they wouldn't even talk during any promo.
Oh,
there wouldn't be no promos. It's just pure stare downs.
It'd be the Undertaker just show up in the ring and Sting just being a silly.
I'm gonna tell you how they do that.
His back down.
I'm gonna tell you how they do that. They just randomly on one of those random nights, they the kings of graphics at WWE. They love a good graphic.
Unless it's Becky Lynch's new graphic. Woo.
And then you just 100% just say Sting and the Dead Man this Sunday at Money in the Bank.
At any pay-per-view, and it's selling out.
Neither one of them would say a word to each other, bro. Just that one moment where they get in the ring and just stare at each other. I'm sold.
Who comes out? You got
only if they both come down from the rafters, though.
No.
Yeah, ain't no Raptors. Sting come down from the Raptors. Undertaker appearing in the ring, bro. You know how.
No, don't forget the Undertaker. The Undertaker came down with the bat wings.
He finna appear in the ring, bro. The lights
back.
finna come out. They'll come back on. He can be standing there. Come with his smoke.
That would be ideal for me. Two great entrances. Yo, nobody say anything. There might be like opportunity, maybe Sting wrestles or something, and then Undertaker is just in this. No, it would be Sting in the Raptors just watching the Undertaker battle. That would be the whole promo leading up to a WrestleMania.
Boy,
Undertaker has to win that in that dream match at WrestleMania. He has to win. So
I don't know.
Oh yeah,
I don't.
Yeah, if it's that WrestleMania, Taker gonna win, but that match would be beautiful.
It would.
If we and before we go, I want to do a dream promo. The Rock versus Prime Rock versus MJF.
Oh,
would go as
the crowd wouldn't know what to do.
They're both too rich,
and they will talk about it and diss each other in the most ridiculous way.
Oh, it would be horrible.
We ain't talking about old man Rock who's motivational. We talking about Prime Brahma Bull. I'm talking smack about everybody.
But you gotta think MJF just told Brian Pillman that his mother should have swallowed him.
He did that.
Bro.
Oh, that's a promo I showed Joe.
Bruh. He literally. And then when he acted like he was talking to his dad in hell, he was like, yo, Brian, Mr. Pillman. I was like, dang. Yeah. But yeah.
And Randy Orton versus Mae Young.
Bruh.
What?
Mae Young beat anybody in promos.
Yo, Randy Orton would probably punt Mae Young. Didn't he do that?
I take back my favorite match, the dream match, Mae Young versus Randy Orton. Bruh. Just to see Mae Young get hit with an RKO out of nowhere.
Nah. The real dream match needs to be Mankind versus Abyss. The weirdest match ever.
Why? So they could just take turns choking each other with their fingers down each other's throats?
Exactly. Weird as heck because they're going to sit there and try to have a conversation with each other. Both of them
and they just run them glasses on the floor. Start rolling on it.
Britt Baker versus Mankind. Britt Baker versus Mankind in a battle of the mandible claws.
Yeah, when Britt Baker, she realized that Mankind ain't got no teeth, she's gonna be disappointed. All right, so
she already offered to fix them for him on Twitter. She offered to do the dental work for him.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Britt Baker's a dentist,
a legitimate dentist too. She went. That's why she never signed to the WWE, because she was still in dental school, or why she didn't stay.
Yeah, she was done. All right, Joe, take us out. We just want to talk about men with no teeth at the end of the show. They were wrestling this, right?
Before this shit turned into OnlyFans, this was just a fan. Man, wrestling episode. What is it? Games next week?
Next week is anime.
Oh yeah.
Don't get ugly again.
I'm on episode. It doesn't matter what episode of One Piece I'm on. But yeah, man. Anybody got anything to say before we get out of here? Montay, what you got?
Nothing. Representing Broke Ugly Dudes TV again. Come catch us on everything. For more of these hot takes, Shawn Michaels the best performer. I said what I said. Appreciate y'all for everything, like always.
Ramsey.
Oh, you already know. Follow me on Twitter. I'm always open to an argument. Your opinion doesn't matter to me at the end of the day, but I will thoroughly enjoy indulging in your delusions. So,
mate.
Buy the merch nigga buy your Zell Reacts, the overall 99 logo. You see that? Do you hear me? I don't know. I ain't got the hat yet. I'm gonna get it soon enough. But then you got the kid creative player. We're gonna have Just the Fan, Man Cave. All those will be up soon. And I hope y'all enjoy the new backgrounds. I know a lot of y'all didn't see that yesterday, but I mean, like y'all noticed it yesterday, but we got new backgrounds. We got the whole look. I wanted to be different than anybody else because nobody else doing it like overall 99
production
million.
value going up over here.
I'm just a fan. I holla.
Peace.
Good shit, nigga.